here in America. We teach here. If you think of all our major funding initiatives, Title I, Stimulus Plan, No Child Left Behind, everything is geared toward these kids. But when you look around the world, Finland, China, Russia, India, other countries sinking money into gifted programs, and in America, we're not even paying attention to gifted programs or funding gifted programs in this country. We have decided as a country to put our energy and effort here. And I'm going to be honest. If you come to my school, I got all these types of kids in my class, every single one of them, and these are the kids I love working with the most. If they can't get it, baby, I want to make sure you got it. I'm going to work with you till you get it. I'm going to slow this down. We're going to get it. What I decided to do 18 years ago, I didn't want to meet their needs by doing that and do a disservice to these kids at the same time. So I decided to flip things around. I decided to find my brightest kid in my class. I said, you know what I do? I'm going to do, instead of teaching here, I'm going to teach here, and I'm not only going to teach my gifted kid, I'm going to hold every kid in the class accountable for this level. I want to push this kid. Every day when he comes in, I want him to say, this is hard. I'm going to have to pay attention. I'm going to study tonight. But what I decided to do was hold every kid to that level. And some tell me, Ron, you're being naive. These kids can't get it. They got learning disabilities and problems. And I think in our country, as soon as we put a label on kids, we lower expectations. Putting a label on kids means we need to reach them differently. It doesn't mean we should lower expectations. I said, I'm going to leave the same expectation for all these kids because the more you expect, the more you're going to get. And I went in there teaching, trying to teach to my gifted kid. And I know some of you are probably educators in here. Can anybody tell me what happens when a gifted kid who's never not understood something, always made straight A's, what does he do when suddenly he doesn't understand something? Gets his mama to call you. That's it. Freaks out. Look, I got a teacher right here in church on the front row. Gets the mama to call you, freaks out, cries, and that's what my gifted kids do. Do y'all know why gifted kids freak out and cry when they don't understand something? It's because they've never been challenged. And you know what? They become 25, 30-year-old people still living home with their mama because they don't understand why the world's being so hard on them. We are not preparing these kids for the real world. And it drives me crazy. Corporations say that American graduates, the smartest American graduates, will come in at 24 years old, filled with confidence, sit in an interview and say, I'll have your job in 2 years. They're confident, but they lack a work ethic. They don't know what it means to really work hard because we have never pushed them. And so I decided to push these kids, but the problem was they started crying and freaking out. So I decided to blend it with some passion. For example, my first year here in Atlanta at the Ron Clark Academy, I went and I said, I'm teaching fifth graders. They are not on grade level in math. They only outscored 37% of the nation. I'm going to teach them eighth grade algebra. And Kim Bearden and the other teachers said, Ron, you can't teach fifth graders who aren't on grade level eighth grade algebra. It won't work. I said, look, the more you expect, the more you're going to get. You're going to watch. And I went in there like a tornado, teaching eighth grade algebra. And it did not work because the kids freaked out. And it was so hard, so I went and got these balloons. I blew them up. I put a balloon on every desk with a magic marker. And the kids came in. They said, oh, Mr. Clark, what are the balloons for? I said, hurry up. You got 2 minutes to solve this problem. You got to solve this algebra problem on the balloon. If you get it right, I'm going to let you pop it. Hurry up. And the kids came running in. Balloons went all on the floor, everywhere, magic markers. It was crazy. And then in 2 minutes, I said, all right, markers down, turn the balloons. And they turned them, and 2 kids got it right. I said, you 2 kids may pop your balloons. And they said, pop, pop. And the other kids said, can we pop our balloons? I said, no, you had to get the problem right to pop it. But I tried. I was like, I'm so glad you tried, but you got to get the right answer. But it's not fair because he knocked my balloon on the floor. I said, well, part of the game says you had to get the balloon, you had to get it right. Please? And I looked at those kids and I realized they really thought I was going to let them pop that balloon. Do you know why they expected me to let them pop it? Because we have wussified America. We have raised soft children. We have coddled these babies. Baby, as long as you try, it's going to be okay. Why are we lying to these kids? In the real world, as long as you try, is not cutting it. And why does every kid on a Little League team have to get a trophy? They all ain't that good. Why they got to get a trophy? This drives me crazy. We are raising kids with a mentality they live in a socialist country. It's capitalism. But yet we're raising these kids one way and then expect them to be successful in another way. I have a mom at my school, Miss Cooper. She got 6 kids. We were at a basketball game in February. Her 4-year-old daughter was going down the stairs and tripped. She went headfirst down the stairs. Boom, boom, boom. I thought this little girl's neck was broken. I thought she might be dead. I went to run to get her. Miss Cooper grabbed me. She said, Mr. Clark, don't go over there. Ain't nobody got time for that. And I said, what? I looked up. That little girl brushed herself off. She kept on going. She was like, And her mama said, Mr. Clark, kids will be what you treat them to be. She said, if you had walked over there and said, baby, are you all right? She would have screamed so loudly, everyone in here would have